Okay, guys, I'm Jane Mark, and I'm the president of So Cool Inc. And my partner, Phil Baston, who's the real genius behind our sites, is sitting right to my left. Oh, that's an interesting turn of a phrase. He's sitting to my left, not right to my left. He's sitting on my left. He'll be monitoring the chat box while we're uh, doing the webinar. So any questions you have, feel free to type them in the chat box and he'll answer you all throughout the webinar. Okay, today I'm calling the webinar today, the internet and how to survive and thrive on it. And what I'd really like to do today, because we have a lot of training tapes in our sites, so I'm not going to do a lot of actual training. I'm going to show you some things today, but I want to have you keep your eye on the big picture today. I don't want you to sweat the small stuff. I want you to get a focus on a big picture and how you start to make money using certain tools on the net. So, what we're going to do today is give you some foolproof steps to follow whenever you are buying paid advertising online. Let me say that again. We're going to give you the steps to follow when you are buying paid advertising online. A lot of people online jump into sites, they love them, they either pay for them or many times they join them free. But if that's all you do, you're never going to make any money online. We all, including Phil and I, everyone who's serious about making money online has to do it by buying paid advertising. There really is no way around that. That doesn't mean you can't make all your money back and much more. But my focus today is going to be what you do when you buy paid advertising online. That could be a capture page system, it could be a traffic, it could be mailers. I don't care what it is, but you all need to start to think about when you buy paid advertising, how do you get your money out of it and really begin to make some dough? Okay, so keep that in mind as we're going forward. Because if you're going to spend your hard earned dollars, you need to get the most bang for your buck. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to do, it's going to be really I'm calling it 3 steps to survival and thrival. I just made that word up, thrival. And if you follow them, you will make sales online. I'm not saying you might. I'm saying if you follow these 3 steps, you are going to make sales online. And after all, that really is the goal. I don't care whether you're promoting advertising tools, a biz op, a cruise program, a health program. It doesn't matter what you are promoting online. There are the same steps that you need to follow in order to make money. And the three in illustrating this step-by-step formula, I'm going to be going over 3 sites. One is on your list, which I know many of you belong to. The second is Traffic Done For You. And the third is called Cool Blaster. So before we get started, though, and before I put up our follow along link, I want to kind of get you in the mood for thinking about this webinar. So I'm going to ask you, most of the time I give you pretty hard questions. These are going to be true and false questions. And I'm going to ask you a few questions. And what I'd like you to do is put the answer up in the chat box because Phil will monitor it. So the first 2 are going to be simple true or false questions. Here we go. So question 1 is, when you give your capture page a name, it does not matter what you call it. Is that true or is that false? When you name a capture page, doesn't matter, but it does not matter what you call it. Just type true or false in the chat box. What are we getting? Give me some false. All false? Oh, okay. You're all right, except for whoever said true is not right. But the answer is false, and I'm going to show you that a little bit later. But let me see if I can just. Oh, I don't know if I can toggle one more time here. I just want to show you one thing, and then we'll keep going in this. But when you make a capture page, and we're now right at the moment, we're just talking about on your list, which is a capture page system. Let me just put this up for you. Okay, now watch. Here's a URL. I created this capture page, and this is actually about the site that we're going to talk about in just a minute called Traffic Done For You. And if you notice, this says on your list slash traffic done for you slash on your list, which is my username. This, I'm going to show you a little bit later, that this, if you do a Google search, is going to get me on the first page of Google under traffic done for you. So yes, it's false that it doesn't matter. You don't want to call your pages when you create them on your list, XYZ, whatever. You want to give them a real name that has something to do with the site that you're promoting. Okay. Yes, you want to put some keywords or your main keyword in the title of your capture page. Next question. This is also true or false. Traffic is designed to get you signups and make sales for you. Traffic is designed to get you signups and make sales for you. Is that true or is it false? Just type true or false in the chat box. Traffic is designed to get you signups and make sales for you. You have a 50% chance of being right. So just shoot the answer up, true or false. I promise you, there's nothing, no trick answers here. Whatever you put up there, it's fine. Just give it a whirl. Oh, very interesting. Okay, so we got 50% true and 50% false. Okay, well, the right answer, and we're going to be going over this later, is actually false. Traffic is not designed to get you signups and make sales for you. Traffic is designed to create interest and activity around your site and to make the search engines sit up and take notice so that your organic rankings get higher. And I'm going to show you later on how, if you Google traffic done for you, watch where on your list traffic done for you, watch where this capture page comes up. This is a very important concept because people don't really get the fact. Now, I'm not saying you never get signups and sales from traffic, but the main reason for sending big amounts of traffic to your site is to create interest at your whatever your site is. Okay, last question, and then I'm going to put up our follow along link so you can see exactly where I'm going with this. All right, now this is not true or false, so you're going to have to think about this a little more. Here's the third question. When you buy advertising at sites like mailing sites or traffic sites or list building sites, what is the one thing that would make you promote one site over another, all things being equal? In other words, you're going out, you're going to look at different things to buy, you're going to invest in mailers or in traffic or in any kind, or in posting sites, pay per click, whatever it is that you're going to buy and pay good money for. What would make you promote that site that you just bought into over another site that may be similar, all things being equal? This is not an easy concept, but it's a very important business concept. So give it a whirl. What is the one thing you would like to see in a site that you buy into that would make you spend more time, let's say, promoting it over some other site? In other words, what's the bottom line here? When you buy into a site, what do you want to see that would make you promote it? Okay, wait, we got an answer. What? Okay, Phil's getting very intrigued. We're getting some good answers here. Shoot them out so I can share them. Wait. Okay, go slow. Okay, these are the answers we're getting. List building. Yes, you definitely want a site that will build lists for you. Good answer. Okay. You want your this is a very important concept, by the way. When you buy traffic, there's all sorts of different traffic you can buy on the net. Some of it is a bunch of junk, and others of it are much better because they're not robots, they're real people. But whatever traffic you buy, you want to target it to interested people. So if you're selling cruises, you want travel people, people who are interested in travel. If you're selling health, you want people who are interested in health. So good answer. Okay. Lots of sales. Now we're getting to the crux of the matter. Who said that? Beverly. Okay, Beverly, you are absolutely on the right track. And here's, oh, do we have another one? I'm going to get to that in a minute. Thank you. Who said that? Rory. Okay, Rory, what? Return on investment. Good answers, guys. These are all good answers. But Rory, and who said return on investment? Oh, John and Linda, you guys are really on the right track. And here's what I'm getting at. Let's say I go out and I spend $97 to invest in a list mailer. I certainly, maybe I will never promote that site and I will never make any money from the actual promotion of the site. But I buy it because I want to obviously mail on it and get other kinds of benefits for it. But the really good benefit is that I buy into dozens of lists, okay? And many of you do too. So what's going to make me promote one over the other? What's going to make me promote one over the other is the commission structure, right? So it's not always the percentage, by the way, but let's just stick with percentage. I like to look for lists that will let me earn back my full investment and at least double it, like right away when it launches. Now, that could be 50% or 40%, depends on the price that they're selling it at. But if you can get a site or buy into a site that will give you the advertising that you need, plus 100% or darn near 100% of the commission on sale, that's where you want to head because you are going to put out money and you want to get it back. Now, you expect to get it back from the actual service. So that's partly where you'll get it back. But look for sites on the net where you can get a really high return on your investment. And so what Phil and I try to do is give you, if you join one of our sites, let's take Onulist for a minute. First of all, Phil, now that was our last question. So now we're going to put up the follow along link so you can follow what we're talking about here. And this is what it looks like. Phil's going to put it in the chat box so that you can click on it and you can follow along with me. The reason I'm going over 3 particular sites with you is because they will give you what you need in terms of advertising, but they will also give you a fabulous return on your investment if you promote them. So let's start with Onulist. And I want to stick really with this point for a moment. We're going to go back to what On Your List does and what Traffic does and what Cool Blaster does. But On Your List is a very inexpensive site to buy into. It's $47 one time. And then most people, when they buy it, they are offered a $67 upsell, we call it, which is on top of the 47, and they get into the site for $114 all up. And many of them buy the videos that go with it, which is $97. So the site, and listen to this number because you are not going to find this. People love this site On Your List. It's a capture page building site. But right now we're talking about commissions. This site converts close to 70%, sometimes as high as 76%, depending on the month. It is unbelievable. People buy in at $47, and that's our basic price. But almost everybody upgrades to the 67 unlimited part. And then I would say about 50% choose to upgrade their account as they're signing up to the video. That means that you're going to put in your pocket, if you promote the site, forget about for a minute what the site does. We're going to get back to that. But you can put over $100 for every person that buys into this site. That is a very nice return on your investment because you can double it almost immediately, since 76% of the people are going to upgrade and take both upgrades. So that's the kind of site you want to look to in order to make your commissions pay off. Now, let's take traffic done for you. Traffic done for you, you have to look at in a completely different way. You can't, that we could not offer high commissions on this site because actually we don't make a lot of money on it. It takes an enormous amount of time to set the site up for people and to run the sites where they're getting traffic from. But look at this. If you go down here, these packages are not inexpensive. They're 210 at a minimum, and they go 395 up to 575. And we do keep raising the price because this is a very sought after site. And at some point we're going to have to limit it. So usually that's self-fulfilling when you raise the price enough. Anyway, if you promote this, our most popular package is the 575 package. And you get, if you're a tycoon person, you get 20% of the package. Now that's a low commission in terms of small sites that sell things for, $97, but we couldn't do it by offering a high commission. Nevertheless, you're going to pocket over $100 for every sale you make here. So sometimes it's not always that you're looking for 70% commission or 100%. Sometimes you can take a low commission because even here you're going to make 21 bucks. Even if you're a Traffic Pro member and you're only getting 10% commission, you're still going to pocket $21 every time. And you guys who buy the most popular program are going to pocket 42 at this price. So in other words, you want to look for sites where you can make money. Now, let's go here. Coal Blaster, you can get 100% commission, and this site sells like crazy. We're going to get to why later. But if you have a choice, buy into a site where you can keep 100% of the sales. 100% of the sales. Very important concept because you are looking to maximize your income wherever you can. Now, okay, so let's go back to what these sites do and why you want to follow a certain order with them. Let's start it on your list. Somebody mentioned when we had the questions we were going over, list building. There isn't anything you guys should be thinking about doing except list building all the time. Phil and I have been list building for 16 years, and we never, ever stop list building. When I buy into, we have a huge list of our own, about 600,000 members. Those are big lists, and it took us time to build it. But even now, when I don't stop buying lists, you'll see I'm going to be promoting a new list, not one of ours, an outside list on Monday, this coming Monday. And it's going to be $97, and it is so worth it because I'm going to be mailing one of my Anya list capture pages. And that means I'm going to be, every time somebody sees my ad, if they like it, they're going to sign up to a capture page. And for those of you who don't know, let me just pull up some of these and see if we can. Okay, here's one of my most lucrative ones. So let's show you that. It's called Walk in the Park, right? Now, these capture pages take me 60 seconds, literally 60 seconds to make. And they come out, they're really beautiful. Wait till you see the background of this and the thing. This capture page has built me a list in about 10 months of about 3,400 people. But its sales have made about 250,000 in sales because it's actually a promotion for Anya List. But when I promote on any advertising place where I buy it, meaning I buy into an outside list or even in traffic done for you, I put a capture page in. The reason for that is I am continually building new lists, and you have to be doing that. Let's log in for a minute so you can see how this works. We're going to get to traffic done for you in a minute, but I want to actually, I have to remember where I am. I'm in Firefox, right? But I still should be able to find on your list. Okay, here we go. We're going to log into my account. Oops, I got to shoot you guys over to the other side. This is my actual On Your List account. When you create a capture page and on your list, and I'm not going to go over how you do that because the training, if you go to the training section, it's really clear. I walk you through it step by step. So that's not what I want to show you today. I want to show you how the list building is so important. I'm going to go to my leads because when somebody signs up to your capture page, you will know it because you will see that page, there's a list that I created called Stay in Touch, and it's got 9,800 people on it, right? And here's the one I was talking about. It's got 3,089, the Walk in the Park one. And this goes on and on. And I've created a lot of capture pages because they're so easy to do. But the leads from all of them in less than a year are 24,408. And those are about 80% new people over and above the list that I've created over 16 years. You need to start, guys, by creating lists that are your own lists, meaning you're the only one mailing to it. When you create a capture page, you can hook it to Aweber or GetResponse or Traffic Wave or almost any mailer on the net. I stopped you. I had a GetResponse account for many years. I dropped it. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. I still have 2 Aweber accounts, but I'm going to drop them. And I'll tell you why. See this little on your list mailer? I can do exactly what I'm going to do this. I'm just going to show. I'm not going to mail to people now, but I'm going to show you what it does. It's going to open up and it's going to show me all of the list that I have at On Your List, I can mail to one of them or all of them or any one of them, and I can do it every day. So I want to, let me show you what this looks like. You see this? I can do this now. It says you can mail now, meaning I can mail anytime after today. I can mail once every 24 hours. I can choose email all my lists. I could choose email multiple lists and it will open up all my lists and I can choose the ones I want. And it's so simple and it's all connected. So every time I promote a capture page, the lead is going to go into On Your List and it's going to show up on my list here and I will be able to mail to it daily. Now, you can do the same thing if you have Get Response or you have Aweber or any, I shouldn't say any, but 99% of the autoresponders out there, which for it's really a list mailer, that's what it is. 99% of them you can attach to On Your List. So you don't have to use our mailer. That's not really the point. But you do want to attach, you do want to be building your own list every day without fail. You want to get one lead. I don't care if you get just one lead a day. It is not important how many leads you get a day, but you want to find ways to get people on your own list where you are the only one mailing to them. In order to do that, you have got to use a capture page system. Okay, so here we are, we're mailing to list, and we're building a list using a capture page, and we have a mailer in it, or our capture page is attached to some outside mailer. Now, how about traffic done for you? Why did Phil and I know that list building and mailing is probably the most important thing that you could do on the net? So you really want to be mailing every single day somewhere. But the traffic done for you site, let's bring that up for a minute. The reason we even developed this site was because, frankly, we got sick and tired of buying crappy traffic on the net. I have to be straightforward with you. We're like you, we go out and we try everything to continue to bring leads into our lists. And most of the traffic you buy out on the net is either robot traffic, meaning there's no real person with their eyeballs on the traffic, or it's so expensive and so cost prohibitive that most people can't buy it, including us. We don't just waste our money by spending thousands and thousands of dollars on traffic because it's not going to do anything for you. You need to keep traffic running for long periods of time before they actually go to work for you. Let me say that again because it is so important. Most people think that all you got to do is send traffic to your site and bingo, people are going to just sign up in droves. No, it does not work that way. As I said in the beginning, it is designed to create activity around your site so that the search engines sit up and take notice so that people can find you down the line. In order to do that, the minimum you have to run traffic for to your site is 6 months. You can't do it in, people say, oh my God, I didn't get any signups and it's been 2 days. I get these emails. I just go, oh, no, 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 no. That is not the way traffic works. The reason why we set up this site where you can't buy the traffic here for less than 6 months is because that's how long it takes to really get your sites. I'll call it getting the juices running to it. So we don't even let you buy traffic, like buy 10,000 hits in a day. Well, what do? You can do that and you can do it for peanuts, but it won't do any good. These are real people. When we set this up for you, you have real people, real with their real two eyes looking at your site. And they're held there for 10 seconds. They can't go anywhere else. Once they choose to click on your site, and they do that because something about your URL intrigues them and compels them, they are on your site. Now, it is up to your site to do the selling and to compel them to take an action. So it is better, unless you have a spectacularly successful selling site where people just come to it, they fall over dead, and they just sign up like this. You are better off to always promote a capture page, because capture pages can be very mysterious. You know, you don't need to tell people exactly what the site is. You need to make them sit up and take notice. And let's just go back for a moment to this site. Well, I'll show you the one that I did that has 9,800 people on it. This is a very simple site. It doesn't give people a whole lot of information. It's called Stay in Touch, right? So let's put that up here. We'll take traffic down. See that? It's just a pretty rose. And it says, find out what we're up to, when our next service or new launch will take place. And it just is a very simple capture page, meaning they're going to put their name and email in here and click yes, and now I have them on my list, right? So you can what you want to do if you're sending traffic to a site is either you have God's gift to the web, you have the most beautiful web designer in the world, and everybody is going to drool when they see your site, or you try to create some mystery on your site, something that intrigues people to sign up. So you can see with 9,800 people that I showed you in my account, something about this very simple rose. Oh, but it's not just the rose. I want you to notice one other thing. You will see when I send out a capture page that my picture is there all the time. And I am not Audrey Hepburn, so that is not why my picture is there. My picture is there because people get to know who I am, and I get to brand myself on the net by putting my mug shot on my capture page. You should always put a picture, like those of you, if you're members of So Cool, or you're on Facebook or Twitter, I don't care where you are, LinkedIn, you need to put your picture up. I'm always so surprised when people leave these blank avatars, on these sites. People think you don't want to talk to them, or you're hiding or whatever. You can't hide on the internet because the internet is so anonymous for the most part. You don't really know people, but you want to know them if you're going to do business with them. So when you send out an email, sign your name. Don't sign just your first name. Jane Mark goes on every one of my emails, right? Don't sign just your first. People have the right to know who you are if they're going to do business with you. Put your picture on things when you can. Don't be anonymous on the net, because people buy from people they get to know and they get to trust. And they don't buy from anonymous sources. One of my clients is having a big argument with me. I keep telling her she's doing a beautiful thing with cruises and travel. And she's worried that if she puts her full name on, that somebody will steal her identity. It doesn't happen that way. I mean, I don't have my credit card on here, my birthday, it's just my face and my name. A lot of times I put my name, it says down here it's my name. So don't worry about people stealing your identity online. Put your name in. your full name. You can even put an email address if you feel comfortable. If you don't, that's fine. But people need to start to relate to who you are. So if you can put a capture page, I mean a picture on your capture page, that's important and it can help your sales. So far, let's go back because now I'm getting to the main event. The first thing you want to do is you want to join a site like on your list. It doesn't have to be on your list, but it has to be a place where you can build a list where you are the only one mailing to that list. These are your list members that you can build a relationship with. It. Then you want to set up some automated traffic, like traffic done for you, because you do want to automate some of your advertising. You cannot do everything. The most important thing you want to do is build leads, which means you want to build lists every day and mail to them. So, but at the same time, you want to create interest around your site. So traffic done for you is a perfect vehicle because you have real people who are viewing your site and you're going to get interest. And I promise to show you what happens when you go. Remember the capture page that I have that says traffic done for you. So let's do a Google search. Here's targeted traffic. Here's one of our first clients who's got his link up here, Carl, which is great. Now, watch the second and third places on Google's front page when you search traffic done for you. One comes from our site, So Cool, and I'm not going over So Cool today, but So Cool is a very powerful source of traffic. And there it is up there. And here's my, in fourth place, page one of Google, I've got traffic done for you. Now, traffic done for you is only 3 months old. So this is getting on the first page of Google in position 4 just because I have traffic at traffic done for you going to this URL. It's creating, so not only am I getting people to sign up at the site, but I also am sending traffic from traffic done for you to this link. Let me see if I don't know if I opened this link for you, but again, it's a very simple page. I don't get complicated. I don't have a lot of words on it because people can't, when they don't know what this is about, you've got to just interest them. And you've got to, here, we see this? I've got horses. That's traffic in the background. We set up the traffic for you. It comes in daily, all day long, every day. This traffic is amazing. The whole thing has my keyword in it, traffic. It's in the URL. I talk about it, but I don't tell them what the site is. I don't go into a whole long song and dance because once they put their name and address in here, they will get to my traffic done for you site and they can read the sales page and that does the selling. But right now, I just want to get people on a list. So, okay, so traffic creates interest by the search engines. That's very, very important. If you can get it, so you just let it ride, set it up, don't worry about it, let it ride and let the traffic come to your site. That's the second part of what you want to do. We're list building and then we're sending traffic to your site. Now, let's get to a site where you can combine everything that we started talking about. And that's right in the beginning. I said we were going to talk about 3 things, right? So we've talked about building a list and being able to mail to it daily. Then we talked about traffic and automating it. And remember, one of my third question when we first started was where do you go to get your money back when you're using advertising tools? And the answer, for me at least, is Cool Blaster. Because I'll tell you what Cool Blaster combines. obviously it's an advertising site. These are all members' sites that are traveling around here. One of the things that you get to do at Cool Blaster is you get to set up some of your own traffic. And this site gets a lot of traffic, so you get a lot of traffic coming to your site at, at Cool Blaster. It also, and I'm going to log in and show you this because this is very, very important. It has two mailers in it. Let me see if I can find my Cool Blaster site. Okay, so we're going to log in. When we're going to go to webinar, it takes a little longer than to log in. Come on, guys. Oh, there we go. Okay, so inside Cool Blaster, I can place a whole bunch of advertising, and that's great. But that's not the main part of this site that's important. When I promote it, I can mail every day. You see this admin mailer? This is like running your own business. Let's say I promote it. Here, I have a downline. I've promoted the site. I have 1,279 members in my downline, and I get an actual admin mailer right in the members area, and I can mail to them daily. In addition, I get a second mailer. It's a huge mailer. It goes to 425, not all at once. I think I forget. I can mail 9,500 members every daily, which I do every day. I don't miss mailing. I really don't miss mailing. Not one day. And even holidays, I'm mailing. So, but the nice thing about this is you could take a capture page and you could mail it out to this list, which has so many people on it, and you are going to get signups from your mailings. Now, don't be unrealistic. You can't send out one mailing on any list that is not your own and make sales from day one. People need to get to know you. You want to send out a capture page. You want to put your picture on that capture page. You want to say something very not selling, not a hard sell in your ad that you send out. You want them to get to know you. That's all you want to do for your first 2 or 3 mailings on any new list. I'm not just talking about this list. Any list you belong to. Don't just go send out a link and have people go to a link and that's it. And they don't know you from. They're not going to buy from you, and you're not building a list. Send them a capture page. Now, you don't want to do that in your admin mailer because these people have already belonged to you. Nobody else can mail to these 1,200 people that I showed you. They are my downline. I'm the only one that can mail to them. So even if you sign up 10 people, let's say to Cool Blaster, which is very easy because there is a free to join option, you can mail to those 10 people every day, and nobody else can mail to them. This is really important stuff. So I want to make sure I go over Cool Blaster with you very carefully. Now, what can you make when you promote Cool Blaster to other people? Up to 100% of the sales. So I don't know. I'm a founder here. Let me see what my upgrade page says. Okay, so if you sell a pro member, if you're a founding member, and we're going to get to that because we're offering you a special today on the founding membership. If you are a founder at Cool Blaster, which I'm telling you is $6.97, but you can get it at $4.97. If you sell a pro membership, which is $97 a year, you keep it all. Well, there's a 10% admin fee because it goes through our account and we got to pay the fees. But virtually, you keep it all. You keep $197, which is this and Founders are our most popular selling. I have to tell you. So if you sell $197, you keep what amounts to 90% of the sale. Okay, which is really a very good deal. If you sell now, there are also whatever it is, whatever these memberships are, you get I'm calling it 100%. It's really 90, but let's call it 100%. The founders, you get 50%. So remember, we were talking about in the beginning, where do you go to buy advertising? Where not only can you like have mailers and have free advertising, you can put a lot of advertising in here. Where do you go where you can also promote it so you get the cost back of your investment? And Cool Blaster combines all of those three things. So I want to show you just a minute. Let me find the follow along link. Let me put this up for you for a minute so you can really get a good idea of what this site is about. And the reason I'm leading you to do something like become involved in Cool Blaster is because you're combining the best. Remember, we said there are 3 steps to follow in the beginning. We're going to give you foolproof steps. If you have a capture page and you're building a list, you need a mailer. And if you are a founder at Cool Blaster, you have 2 mailers, an admin mailer, which is totally yours. You can send anything out. You don't need a capture page. You could do whatever you want. You've already got those people on your list. You get a second mailer, which is 425,000 people, and you can mail to them 9,500 at a time every day, every single day. I'm going to go down and show you this. Now, in the members area, if you're a member of Cool Blaster, you know we sell this for $6.97. We only do this on webinars where you can get it for $4.97. So now what have you got? You've got 2 mailers. You've got a huge amount of advertising because you get, oh, by the way, you get 285,000 mailing credits. That's deposited automatically in your account every month so that you could mail daily to 9,500 people. So that you don't have to earn any credits or do any of that stuff. Cool coins, I won't go in to what those are, but you can move any one of your ads up to the top. It's called cool climbing, and you get these coins and you can position your ad on the front page of Cool Blaster. It's really neat. We talked about you also get the second mailer, which is to 425 people, and the admin mailer. So this is a very good deal. But more than being a good deal, folks, what it does is lets you build a real business online. Because now if you have your own capture page system or you create capture pages that on your list, you then can use them on your mailers here or any mailer, obviously. You're going to automate some of your traffic by getting into traffic done for you. That is one of the best things that you can do online to start to create activity around your site. But then the site you are going to promote is the one that's going to give you 100% of the sales or 50% of 697. You can make a lot of money at this site. And you can do it in 2 ways. Obviously, you will have your ads running for life. So in a lot of ways, you get a little mini traffic done for you right in the members area. But we don't do it for you. You actually put your own link in, and it shows all over Cool Blaster. So you get a lot of traffic. You get the 2 mailers. But most importantly, now you have an advertising tool. Let's say you belong to, I don't know, whatever the latest rage is out there of programs, because we do mostly advertising sites. But let's say you belong to somebody give Phil, what's a site out there where, business op. That's the word. Let's say you are promoting a business op, not an advertising site, but a business op of some sort. Your people, and you bring people in under you, and let's say they buy from you, they are going to turn to you as your upline and say, where do you advertise? What can I need to advertise? Can you recommend a good place to advertise? Well, here's an affordable site that you can tell your downline in any program that they can come into the site because it starts at $97, which is affordable for most people who are serious about business online. And then it goes up to, as you saw, you can pay $197 or $297 all the way up to $697 in the members area. People need you to be able to help them online. One of the ways that you will succeed in whatever business you are doing online is by being able to direct your people. Because after all, if somebody is new on the net, and boy, we all know that feeling, there is nothing wrong with asking for help if you are new on the line online. And if your upline is not willing to help you, you know you're in the wrong place. So if you have a downline in the program, you want to be in a position to tell them where they can go to advertise, where they can go to get mailers, where they can go to advertise their sites, just like in a featured ad or a link ad or ever, which they can do right here, and where they can go, just like you would be doing, to make 100% return. Now, if they come in at a lower level, they're going to make 25% or 30 or 40. But if they want to combine their business up with good places to advertise, you can promote any one of our sites, whether it's on your list or traffic done for you, but particularly Cool Blaster. All of our people who have been with us for many, many years, some of them for 16 years now, they all are founding members of Cool Blast. And the reason is because they know that we provide good tools. So they like that. That's one thing that's good. But they also know that when they buy into this for the 497, they are going to be able to earn that back really quickly if they're doing business online. So I think so. Let's just recap what we did today. I want you to think of where you start. You start with building lists. There is nothing more important than building a list. Your goal should be to get signups every day or every week. It does not matter whether you get one or two a week. You're not going to get thousands. That really is not likely. But even if you get one or two people that you develop a relationship with, you can begin to make sales online. So you build a list using a capture page. You automate some of your marketing. You can do that at Traffic Done For You or other sites that are automated. And mostly, if you're going to buy advertising, buy into a site where if you tell others about it, that you are going to get well paid for your effort. That is really, really important. Now, it doesn't have to be 100%. Traffic Done For You is selling like wildfire. And the most popular package is the 575 package at Traffic Done For You. So our members, even though it's not 100%, they're making 20 to 25% depending on how many memberships they've sold. They're making a lot of money by selling a site that may not have a huge in number. It doesn't have a huge percentage, but it has big numbers that you can sell. So there are lots of ways to get a return on your money, but what you should be looking at as business people is where can I get the best return on my money? And that you have to separate that out from whatever you're buying. I buy list mailers. I buy mailings, not mailings. You can buy mailings, but I buy lists that I can mail to. I buy at least one a month, and I try to buy two a month if I can find good ones. As I say, I'm going to be promoting one this coming Monday. But your goal is to get on those lists and to make a capture page and get people on your own list. And you can do that here with Cool Blaster. You can do it with On Your List. And our goal for you guys is to give you tools that will help you make sales if you work at them. It's not magic. We're not into magic. I love magicians, but we're into people who want to work and want to learn, which you are. All of you who are here absolutely meet that test because you're interested enough in learning your trade, and that is so, so, so important. So we'll work with you anytime you want to try to help you along. But what your goal should be is to build your own list, build your own clients, and even if you don't have money to, set up your own websites, because that's a lot of money and servers and do all the stuff that we do, you don't have to do that. What you need to do is find sites where you have your own list and you can mail to them daily. You can do that at On Your List. You can do that at Cool Blaster. And in the background, you want to have traffic done for you running so that you don't have to worry about that because you can't do everything. You want to concentrate on mailing, following up with your downline, talking to them on the phone, emailing them, whatever you need to do to make sales because they don't happen by just, wishing that they happen. They take follow up, they take talking to people, they take helping people. That's the way you make sales online. So I hope this was helpful for you. Phil is answering a ton of questions I see in he's typing faster than I've ever seen him type. Oh, you guys have a lot of questions, which is fine. That's how you learn to market, is to just keep asking and keep learning. So it's getting to be 1 o'clock. Let's take Phil. Are there any overall questions that people are asking? I mean, general questions is what I'm trying to say, that I could maybe relate some answers to people when you're done. And you can keep asking. Phil, you could keep talking to Phil. He's in the chat box, so he's happy to answer any question. But I'm just trying to see if there are general questions. Oh, okay. Here, I see one now. People are. Let's try to separate out for a minute a capture page from, because somebody asked, you always have to use a capture page. And one of the things that there's never any rule that doesn't have an exception. Should you, for the most part, when you promote online, use a capture page? I'm going to put up my famous walk in the park one again. Yes, you should, for the most part. But there are certain exceptions to that. For example, let's take Cool Blaster. That's a perfect example. Cool Blaster has a free to join option. Okay. And it puts your people that you sign up right into a mailer where you can contact them. So do you need to use a capture page when you promote Cool Blaster? No. In fact, you don't really want to make somebody join a list twice. So let's say I was promoting Cool Blaster. I would just send people right to my affiliate link. Let me put up my affiliate link. I mean, it's just going to show Cool Blaster, but you can see that it's just coolblaster.com with whatever your username is at the end of it. You can send people right here because when they can register free. They go right into your downline. You have the admin mailer if you're a founder. You don't have an admin mailer with some of the other memberships, but as a founder, you already have them in your own list. So you don't have to use a capture page. If you're promoting a free to join site, but a free to join site, and you have a way to mail to those people. It's not just that the site is free to join, because if they're free to join and they're in your downline and you can see them in your downline, but you have no way to email them, that's not going to help you. That is not building a list for you. So if your program that you're doing now, your site that you're promoting has a way for you to email your downline, then you don't need a capture page. And if it's free to join. So Cool Blaster meets all of that criteria. But let's say that you're promoting some sort of biz op that is not free to join. I don't care whether it's $10 or 47. For example, if you're promoting on your list and you're promoting it not to your own list, if it's your own list, you don't need to use a capture page. But I belong to, let me show you. If I open this, all of these are outside list mailers that I mail to whenever I can, whether they're daily mailers or every 3 days or whatever. It goes on and on and on. These are all list mailers. If I don't have a free to join option that I am promoting, I am going to send out a capture page to all of these list mailers because I want to steal those people. I want them on my own list. And you want to do the same thing. You want to keep building a list. So it's in those circumstances that you would use a capture page from on your list or some other capture page system that you might be involved in. But if it's free to join, like Cool Blaster, and you have an admin mailer, just send them right to the site and the site sells itself. This is one, the reason why I'm talking about 3 sites today, I am talking to you about 3 of our most popular sites. These 3 sites sell like hotcakes. So any one of them that you get involved in, if you want to promote it, you are going to, in all likelihood, if you follow what I'm telling to do, send out a capture page if you're mailing on somebody else's list. Get them on your list and then talk to them about either on your list or traffic done for you or Cool Blaster, because if you make a sale, you're going to start put some money in your pocket. And you always want to buy in to a site that is going to return some money to you if you promote it. If you don't want to promote it, that's fine too. But it's always good to have the option to have a mailer, and you can also promote it to your own downlines. And when people turn to you and say, where do I go? You have some place that will help you put some dough in your pocket. And at the very least, you want to get your money back. So if you spend $4.25 here, but you don't really want to concentrate on Cool Blaster, at least keep it in the back of your mind that if somebody asks me for some help, I'm going to steer them to Cool Blaster because I'm going to get paid 100% of that sale or 90%, but we're calling it 100 because we just need to take the fee out. Otherwise, you would have to pay the fee, so it comes out the same way. But think about getting a return on your money from the actual site that you buy into. Almost every one of these mailers that I promote and I use, and they're good mailers, doesn't mean I'm getting a result every day. It's not magic. You got to mail, and finally somebody will see something they like. But every single one of these sites I have promoted and I have earned my investment back. Now, my main business is not to promote other people's lists. But nevertheless, if I buy into somebody's list and I like it, because I usually test it for you before I send it out, which I am doing right now on the one that I'm going to promote on Monday. If I like the list, I'll send it out because I want to get at least my investment back in addition to whatever else I get out of the use of the site. Because, think about it. If you get your investment back and you're using the site basically for free, you're going to be a happy camper. You're going to say, well, okay, I didn't make sales today on this site, but I have my money in my pocket, and so I'll use the site again tomorrow and see what happens. Very important concept in when you're purchasing advertising. Purchasing a business op, that's a different thing, but you're going to have to advertise it somewhere. But purchasing an advertising site, try to look for how you can get your initial investment back, your return on investment, no matter what you do online. If you've got a head for business, you're going to think every single day, am I buying something that in some way will give me a good return on investment? And it may not be in the way that you think. You may buy into a mailer and for some reason it doesn't work for you, or it even goes out of business. But if you've promoted it and got your money out of it, you know what? You shrug your shoulders, you pat yourself on the back, and you say, I made a good deal. I made a good deal because I invested and I got my money back. So are there more questions? I don't want to close. We're going to close the webinar very soon, but I don't want to leave you guys without. Oh, okay. So let's go back to what we're giving you with Cool Blaster. Let me put this up again because some of you are asking what exactly do we get. So let me put the follow along link up. The bonus is Cool Blaster. And the reason I picked that, because we have lots of sites, as you know, that we sell. But on a webinar, we like to give you a very good deal. The webinar bonus costs $497. That's one time. It costs $697 in the members area. So right away, if you become a founder, you're going to save $200. That's right off the top. It gives you the thing that we were talking about, getting 100% of the sales and 50% of the founder's sales. But all of the regular sales, the pro and executive members, you get 100% of the sales. You get 2 mailers. Here's the most important. I don't care if you never put up an ad in this site. You get a lot of ad space for life. And you're going to get very good results from those ads that you put up. I mean, you're going to get a lot of displays and clicks and views. But if you never, ever put up an ad at Cool Blaster, you will get 2 mailers. I cannot tell you how important that is. One mailer is huge. We built it for you. It has 425,000 members on it. Now, you can't mail them all at once, all in one day, but you will be reaching them over time because you can mail 9,500 daily. That's a huge benefit. You know, the little mailers that I promote, they're great, but they have 1,000 people on them, 2,000 people on them, 3,000. Eventually, everybody knows your ad. They've all seen it. This one has 425,000. That's a big mailer. But the more important one to me is even your admin mailer, where if you promote this site and somebody signs up, and again, it has a free to sign up aspect. So even if you never make a sale at Cool Blaster, you are building a list every time you promote this site, and you can mail them daily through the admin mailer. Nobody else can mail them. They are your list members. You mail them daily. You develop a relationship. Whatever you're selling, if you can talk to people that you've developed a relationship with, you are going to make sales. You are going to make sales. I'm telling you, if you do follow these 3 steps that we talked about, you are going to make sales. Now, it's not going to come overnight. You do need to take the time to build a good capture page so that you can use that on other lists. You do need to take the time to develop a relationship with your list. So let's say you sign up a few people to Cool Blaster. Don't send them out an ad day one. Not a good idea. Instead, just tell them something about yourself. You could put a link at the end, very, um, without it being stuck in their face, in other words, but just tell them what you do, who you are, why you got involved with marketing or the program that you're promoting. This is a good site, guys, for those of you who are starting out on the net, or even if you're very experienced, your people want to know, where can I get a mailer? Where can I earn some good money? Where can I put my ads up? This is a really good site. So, in addition to on your list, I would invest in this. I really would. That it's one of our most popular sites, together with the traffic done for you. Down here, you can look at these later. Phil, we'll be sending this out. I'll stop the recording in a minute, but we recorded this, so I'm going to be sending this out. There are a lot of related links to what we were talking about today. For example, there's some other sites that pay you 100% commission. So we put things in there that relate to what we were talking about. But the best deal by far is when you can combine the traffic with the admin mailer, where you can build a list and then you can get paid. If your members upgrade under you in Cool Blaster, you can get up to you get 100% with the founding membership. So I'm losing my voice here, Phil. So um, are, do we have more questions, or do we have more general questions? No. Okay. So we're going to say goodbye and good afternoon. And I want to thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it when you take time out of your weekend, your Saturdays, to join us, because you are the guys, you are the people who are going to succeed online. So thank you so much for joining us. We will send out a recording of this either tomorrow or Monday. And have a great rest of the weekend. Have a good Emmys. No, what is it? It's not Emmys. What's coming up? The Oscars are coming up. So have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you all soon. So long.